Hey guys, welcome to Beginning Clarinet. In this video we're going to go over how to assemble your clarinet and how to create a basic embouchure. Before we start putting the clarinet together, I'd like to go over all the different parts. First things first, we have the mouthpiece with the mouthpiece cap and ligature. That is followed by the barrel. Then there's the upper joint, the lower joint, and finally the bell. Now, the first few times that you're putting your clarinet together, you're going to want to pay attention to your corks, and you want to feel them and see how they feel. If they're dry, you're going to want to grab some cork grease, put just a little bit on your finger, and rub it into every cork. I've greased mine recently, so I'm not going to demonstrate that in this video, but I just want to stress how important this is, because if this cork gets dry, it can crack away from your instrument, and while it's not the hardest thing to replace, if you can just maintain it, it's better than having to replace a cracked cork. Now, to start putting our clarinet together, we're going to focus on soaking the reed. A new reed like this one takes only about 30 seconds to soak, but just for convenience, we're going to put it in before we start putting together our clarinet, and it'll be perfect when we're ready to put it on. So just dunk it in a small container of water, such as this. And now let's get to assembling the instrument. We're going to start with the mouthpiece, and we're actually going to remove the ligature for now. It's such a fragile piece of metal and it's easily bent, so we're not going to mess with it right now. Next, we're going to grab the barrel. And you might notice that the barrel has a smaller side and a bigger side. We're working from the smaller side, and we're going to place the mouthpiece in the smaller side, using a little bit of pressure, but mostly just small twisting motions until they're together. Now, we're going to put these on top of the upper joint. Now, the way to know that your upper joint is facing the right way is to look for the logo on the front. If you can read it, then it's facing the right way. And you're going to take your barrel and place it on the top. Now, looking at all these keys, you're going to want to be careful with how you grip this part as you place them on together. Try and focus on putting your fingertips on the keys and leaving your palm on a place with no keys so it doesn't hurt it. And again, just like we did with the mouthpiece and barrel, just small twisting motions until it comes together. And you're going to want to focus on your register key being in line with the hole of your mouthpiece, so I need to adjust mine. Okay. Yeah, it should just be one straight line. Now to this, we're going to add the lower joint. Now, to know that this one is right side up, you're going to look for the thumb rest on the back. And you can see mine. And if your thumb can rest right on it like this, then it's facing the right way. And you're going to add the upper joint right here. Now, one thing you want to make sure you watch out for is this small key. See how it hangs out over the cork? It is actually going to attach to this little nub right here. So while you're putting them together, you're going to want to depress the keys on the upper joint so that this moves, and then you're going to slowly twist them on each other. Again, being careful of the keys both on the upper joint and the lower joint. Small circular motions until it's in. Now you want to make sure that this is lined up correctly, and you see how the one on the upper joint is sitting on top of the one on the lower joint. That's exactly how you want it. Now, the last part is the bell. Again, being careful with the keys. You slowly twist this on. And now, the body of your clarinet is done. We're going to grab the ligature again and take our reed out of the water. Now, there's a flat side and a more rounded side to the reed. We're going to take the flat side and put it right against the mouthpiece like that. We're going to slide it in through the ligature. And I'm going to need to look at it for this part, so I'm going to try and adjust it so you can watch me too. Now you want to move it carefully with both fingers, just kind of scooting it. And what you want to do is have just a little ridge of the reed showing over the mouthpiece, like so. And that is your clarinet completely put together. Now, to focus on embouchure, we're going to carefully separate the upper joint and the lower joint so we can set the clarinet down in a manner that won't hurt it. Again, gripping gently with special attention to the key right here again. Small twisting motions until they separate, and then lay them down, the reed up so it doesn't get hurt. Now, the important criteria for a successful embouchure is a flat chin, firm corners, and you want your lower lip over your lower teeth, just by a little bit. Think like half of the red part of your bottom lip. Now, there are 3 ways I'm going to walk you through how to find your successful embouchure, from the best way to other ways that will work if the first way doesn't work for you. First and foremost, I just want you to try and copy my embouchure. So I'm going to get in close to the camera for you. You want to focus on that flat chin, firm corners, and your lip just over your teeth a bit. Now, if you found it hard to simply copy my embouchure, I want you to imagine a large milkshake. And think back to the last time you had a really thick milkshake, one that wouldn't even come up through the straw, right? That's gonna be the consistency of our imaginary milkshake. So we're gonna take the straw of our imaginary milkshake, put it in our mouths, and suck up the milkshake. And then just hold that embouchure where you feel it. So you're gonna, and see, it makes the same firm corners and flat chin. Now, if the imaginary milkshake didn't work for you, we're going to try and either whistle, or if you can't whistle, pretend to whistle, and then we're going to try and smile. Okay? So watch me. And it sets into the same embouchure. Just keep practicing with each method, and eventually you'll find one that gives you the flat chin and firm corners that you need. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.